Jon Thelen's Destination-Fish is brought to you by Alumacraft Boats.
There he is, got him. Look at that, first cast. First cast of the morning. That is cool. Look at that. First cast of the morning, boys. Look at that. This is some of the funnest fishing in the world as far as I'm concerned. Bass fishing on topwaters. And I'll tell you, what's so fun about it is that right there. I mean, that fish, he just attacked it. I mean, we literally
crushed it.
Look at that. I mean, he just killed it. That is cool. But I mean, that was it. That was my first cast. We just got everything lined up and he just come up and drilled it. Let's hope that's a sign for the day, huh?
Good start.
Good start. I always like that when you get that lucky. There he is. That's a good one.
Yep.
I think he's a decent one. Yeah,
oh, yeah.
That's a good bass. This is one of the keys with a frog. Just keep them coming. Look at that. There's why right there. Got himself unhooked for me right there. Look at that fish. That's cool. You know, these aren't giant fish we're catching, but man, they're fun fish. You get into these 14 to 18 inch fish. That's awesome on a frog, man. He just whammo.
Watch him pop that thing.
He just nailed that thing. That's cool.
There's a couple in here on the inside.
Yeah. You know, it'd be interesting to see if what we've got in here on the inside is a bunch of smaller fish, or if it's a bunch of fish and we've just gotten a couple of the smaller, you know, maybe even more aggressive ones here. You know, all we did here, what Steve's referring to, is we started out on the outside edge. Got here a little later than I might have liked. If we would have been here right at sunrise, probably would have started in this stuff. We got here a little bit later, so we decided to start on the outside. We were getting bit, but a lot of times when we were getting bit, it was on the cast way into the reeds. So we decided to come in here and just see if there's some lazy fish that haven't moved out of this shallow side of this reed bed yet. Tell you what, there's a little mat area in here. I just had one come up from under there. Kind of surprised me. We haven't fished this area yet. We're just kind of headed back to another area where we've been getting them. But we're gonna park on this and pitch this for a few minutes. Best way to do it is to use your talon. It's quiet. And just put this thing down right here, and we're gonna just park. And then what I'll do is I'll use my trolling motor as needed to hold the bow that direction and just cast out over this mat a little bit and see if we can figure out a couple fish in there. While we look for the next blow up, let's take a look at this week's logbook. Today we are fishing shallow water reed beds on a central Wisconsin lake. It's a warm midsummer day and water temps are in the high 60s. The reeds we are fishing are in 4 to 6 feet of water and the bass are attacking topwater frogs. We're just coming around another sweet spot and Steve just made the perfect cast. Let's get back to the action. There he is. There he is. What? Yep. Good job. Isn't that funny? I just swung and missed at one, and Steve was looking over where I swung and missed, and his bait was just sitting still, and this guy whacked it. Look at that. Nice bass, too. Yeah. That's a good fish, bud.
Swallowed it pretty good, eh?
Yeah, he ate it pretty good. That's what we're after, right there. We were moving these booyah popping frogs way too fast. This is actually a popping pad crasher we're using. You can see it's got that popping lip on it. So every time I give it a little bounce, I'm just splashing water. But these fish are in reeds. We're not fishing in lily pads. If we were fishing in lily pads, you can kind of move it through a little quicker until you find that little open bit of water, right?
Yep.
But here, I think what we're doing is we're just grabbing these fish's attention with the pop and the splash from a long ways away, and they're in these reeds. And now that we've slowed down, I think what's happening is we're getting their attention, and then they're on the move to our bait. And as long as they're on the move to the bait and we leave it sit still, they'll bite it. But if we keep moving it too fast, it's almost as if they can't catch up to it. I think we're moving fish from a long distance in these reeds.
It seems like we're, you know, you just swim it a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all of a sudden we're just getting more bites as we've slowed down a little bit. And a lot of that, I think, is just the fact these fish are coming from a distance on that splash. Jon Thelen's Destination-Fish is brought to you by these fine sponsors. Got him. Oh, little guy. Jumper though. Oh, he ain't so little. What am I thinking?
No, he's a nice fish.
He ain't so little. Oh, look at that. That's a good fish. What am I thinking?
Legal fish.
Take him. Another legal one. Look at that. Look at that. That's a poppin' pad crasher bass. Rolled that hook over. Let's get that unhooked. You know, so often we're doing shows for Destination-Fish, talking about a destination, a place that I've gone a lot or I really enjoy going. Today's a little bit different because today is more about going to places that are everywhere. I mean, one thing about bass is they live in lakes like this, and lakes like this are everywhere. In between casts, I want to show you something. Now, I've got a lot of tackle as most anglers do, and there's a lot of money invested in tackle nowadays. And I think the most overlooked thing when it comes down to it, when it comes to tackle, is tackle storage. I use Flambeau tackle trays. There's a reason for it. This has got the Z-Rust system built in. What that is it's a VCI vapor technology that's actually infused right into the plastic. What it means is that it stops rust from happening. When I take these frogs, when I'm wrapped up with them today, and I chuck them into a tray and I call it a day and I head for home, there's gonna be some moisture inside of those collapsible frogs. There's nothing you can do about it. It's gonna be there. But because of that vapor technology that's built in here with the Z-Rust system, it's not gonna allow anything to rust. This is the Flambeau Z-Rust system, Z-Rust Max. It's the best out there. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you wanna keep your tackle lasting longer, this is what you need for tackle trays. There he is, got that one. One thing you gotta do when you're doing what we're doing here is you gotta have your drag. If you're gonna fish spinning tackle like we're doing today, you gotta have your drag cranked down. This isn't a giant, but I've got my drag cranked way down so that I can hoist this fish, drag him right through this stuff. And you can see, I mean, I was able to get him out even with spinning tackle. And he's not a big one, but you know what? He's legal if you're tournament fishing. But I never would have got him out without super line and without having my drag cranked down tight. While I get the boat back in position, let's look at the benefits of Alumacraft's 2XB hull. The Alumacraft 2XB hull is the foundation on which Alumacraft Boats has built their unmatched reputation for strength and durability. The 2XB hull is 2 sheets of aluminum sandwiched together with military-grade rivets. This process creates a stronger hull that runs from the bow all the way to the stern on select Alumacraft models. 2XB is not only stronger, it's a drier ride, and let's face it, being dry when you're racing across the lake is a big deal. The ride is smoother, meaning you can ride in comfort, and the 2XB hull delivers a quieter ride, meaning you can have a conversation while up on plane. To learn more about the legendary 2XB hull, stop in and visit your local Alumacraft dealer. There he is, got him. That's a good fish. This is a good one.
Is it?
Yeah, this is a good one. You know what, Steve? I just left it sit longer, just like we just talked about. This is a big bass. This is what we're looking for today. I'm gonna have to get down and get this guy. This is a good one. Come here, buddy. Come here. Look at this. Look at that fish.
Beauty.
Look at that bass. That's what we're chasing today, man. I'll tell you what. If you're tournament fishing, that's gold. You know, some of them 13 inches are great, but that right there is gold. That is phenomenal.
He inhaled that thing.
He did too, didn't he? We're right by the boat launch. You can hear these guys trying to get their boat going. I mean, just goes to show you sometimes some of the best fishing is not necessarily on the other side of the lake. Sometimes this fish lives right next to that boat launch right there. That is really, really cool. See if I can get this thing unhooked. Man, what an awesome fish. I mean, when Steve says he inhaled this frog, he inhaled this frog. Look at that. That is awesome. Jon Thelen's Destination Fish has been brought to you by these great sponsors.